Here in the Valley, who's number one in news?
3.
I didn't ask you who's number 3. Who's number 1?
Well, I told you number 1 is 3.
1 is 3?
Right.
All right, who's number 2?
That's easy. 40 is 2.
Now, how can 40 be 2?
Because 10 and 13 are 3 and 4.
I thought you said 3 was 1.
3 is 1, 40 is 2, and so on.
Okay. All right, who's on first?
Easy. 40 is first. We're on at 10.
Some television news stations send their reporters all over the world in search of stories, and they try to outdo each other with who can travel to the most exotic places. Now, TV 40's 10 o'clock news stays right here in the Valley, where you live, to report stories that affect your everyday lives. TV 40 calls it local news. So do they. Who's kidding who? You ever turn on TV 40 at 10 and wonder where Ted and Jim and Storm and Norman are? Well, some nights TV 40's big movie runs long. Now, TV 40 believes that you take your movies just as seriously as your news, and they believe that movies should be shown the way they were made. So when they run a little long, watch the big movie, the 10 o'clock news will follow. You'll be completely entertained and thoroughly informed at no extra charge. Now, there are a lot of you out there who watch television news just for the sports. Now, come on, you can tell me. I'm a doctor. TV 40's 10 o'clock news wants to give you 2 reasons why you should watch sports on TV 40. First, you get all the scores and the highlights a full hour ahead of anyone else. Second, and most importantly, Jim Crandall does not wear eyeshadow. We think that's important to sports fans. TV 40's 10 o'clock news is not out to win a popularity contest with the competition. TV 40 was the first local news to bring you satellite reports live from beyond the nut tree, the only local station to bring you a full hour of news at 10, and the second most watched late night news in the Valley. Now, TV 40 could brag, but they'll leave that to someone else. TV 40's Storm and Norman is not an actor. He's not a weatherman either. He's a meteorologist. In fact, Norman spent most of his life in the Air Force predicting weather for the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Now, if they trusted his forecasts, shouldn't you? The choice is yours. You can get your weather from an actor or from a guy with the right stuff. How long would it take you to drive to Chicago? Maybe 3 days. Now, let's say a big news story happens there. TV 40's 10 o'clock news is the only station in this area. It's part of a nationwide network of satellite news gathering trucks, so they can show you that story as it happens, live, by the time the other satellite truck in town is just passing through Winnemucca. Last February, TV 40's 10 o'clock news introduced News Star 40, and local television news changed forever. TV 40 said that someday the other guys would follow. And now they're not the only station that can take you live beyond the nut tree. But remember, TV 40 was the first, and they'd like to welcome their friends to the space age. After all, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Most of us live for the weekends, but TV 40 spends Saturday and Sunday putting together the 10 o'clock news because news does not stop on weekends. Now, that's why TV 40 is the only station in the Valley that brings you 10 o'clock news 7 nights a week. So kick back, relax, enjoy your weekend. But remember to watch TV 40 at 10. You'll be making a lot of people very happy. Next time you watch an 11 o'clock news, count the number of local stories. Now, chances are there won't be many. That's because the other guys have only a half an hour to tell you everything that's going on here, there, and everywhere. Now, TV 40's 10 o'clock news gives you the best of both worlds. It's a full half hour of local news, followed by a full half hour of world and national news. Now, I ask you, how long would it take a centipede to kick all the seeds out of a cucumber? Here's your choice on election night. You can watch the other guys sitting around talking to each other, or you can watch the mayor of Carmel in Magnum Force. Here's to looking at you, Clint.